And welcome back to QTV. I'm Michael James.
I'm Kate Mackie.
I'm Martini Ice.
Now, Martini is our guest host for this week, taking the seat of Matthew Bowe, who is still away. Now, you may remember Martini. She joined us back in episode 4 when she was a special guest with Melody Walker. Martini is a drag performer. She is a vivacious and wonderful drag performer from Brisbane and the Gold Coast. Thank you very much for joining us.
Voluptuous as well. I am quite voluptuous. Representing the larger girls, that's what I do.
Gorgeous as well. And you're a redhead tonight.
I'm a redhead.
You were black last time, weren't you?
Yeah, I got extensions done, had my weave coloured,
Beautiful.
Just a little bit of a spring clean upstairs.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Stunning. And loving the pantsuit again. Very nice.
Well, it's my newsreader look, because I knew I'd have to read the news tonight, so I thought, I'd get a little professional, little Sandra Sully up
Got
in here.
your businesswomen's jacket on.
I feel like I've just come from a businesswoman's lunch. I really do. That's fabulous.
Well, also joining us on the couch tonight, I have the lovely Rachael Jacobs over here with me. Now, Rachael Jacobs is known for many, many things. Now, you are part of the Free Gay and Happy group.
Yes, I am.
Which is a Glbtiq community support group.
A wonderful support group right here based in Brisbane and also in Sydney.
Wonderful. And now Rachael also happens to be the Greens candidate for the federal seat. I'm getting there. For Central.
For Brisbane.
Yes.
Brisbane. Yes.
That's right.
That is correct, yes.
It all gets so confusing, all the political seats.
There's so many different, state, federal, local, but you got it right. It is the federal seat of Brisbane.
So who are you going to be running against?
So the sitting member is Teresa Gambaro.
Game on.
And it is a very, very tight contest. So it is wide open. Looks like anyone can win. So everyone, I hope everyone here is enrolled to vote. Your vote is really important at this election. It's going to be very close.
It will be. And we don't just have you here for that, because politicians are boring sometimes. But you're lovely and you're not boring. So we got you here because we see you out in the town, out around the town in Brisbane all the time at all the Glbtiq events. And I think first and foremost, before being a political personality, I think you're much more part of the Glbtiq community, really.
It's very much part of my life, being part of the queer community, and has been for probably more than 20 years, showing my age here. But no, I'm very proud of my involvement. It is part of who I am, and a lot of the members of the community are part of a big part of my life. So it's always such a pleasure to be out and supporting and making new friends and meeting wonderful people.
Loving it. And now you're joining us to help do some of the news. We'll do our interview in the middle section as well. And you join us right through for the whole episode. Now, not to be forgotten, sitting over there all quietly for once, Kate.
I know, I'm just listening, learning,
Yes.
I was actually going to compliment Rachael on her gorgeous attire also this evening, especially as the member for the Greens. You've certainly dressed the part this evening.
I have, and thank you for foregoing the green screen in my favour.
Yes, we do have our new look.
I
Very
missed
nice.
that memo. Thanks, guys.
It's our corporate set. I love it. It's swish. It's top notch. And I'm loving this outfit. It's like a really sophisticated version of like the Riddlers, from Batman. Yes, all the question marks.
Question marks.
And so we got the spots.
And I tend to wear a lot of green, as you might expect. So, so I'm very happy we're foregoing the green screen tonight, so I don't look like a head with. Yeah.
Well, you're going to join us for the news now as we get started. Now, we've got some news from the US. An anti-gay group, the Family Research Council, or the FRC, have called on President Obama to issue a presidential proclamation to recognise July as the first ex-gay Pride Month. Yes, that's right, you heard me correctly. The ex-gay Pride Month that celebrates former homosexuals. Christopher Doyle, one of the founders of the group, said that the organisation was looking for the same privileges as Obama has given the LGBT community during Gay Pride Month in June. And I'd be very interested to know what privileges they've been granted so far from the US government.
That is a really good question. This is thinly veiled homophobia.
But the White House apparently hasn't answered on this yet, so we're not sure how successful they're going to be in their quest.
I just want to know, do the ex-smokers get a parade now as well? I'm here, I'm an ex-smoker,
I'm
me
proud of it.
a parade.
Well,
I
I
just
think
don't
it's going to be
understand it.
hilarious. I want to go and watch. Like, we're going to get a bunch of former homosexuals who are all deeply repressing everything they hold inside about their attraction to men and women, and then we're going to get them really, really drunk in a parade and celebrate together. I want to take bets on who's going to cave in first.
I can't wait for the quick unpick to undo all the sequin work, but I think we need to move on to another news story, perhaps. So
Yes, tell us
earlier
about
this
something else,
week,
Kate.
a picture of Academy Award-winning British actress Tilda Swinton was plastered all over the internet. In the photo, she was posing outside the Kremlin in Moscow, waving a giant rainbow flag. And she and her agent requested people to share this picture as a sign of solidarity for the LGBTIQ community. So it was quite a bold move, because she could have actually been arrested for demonstrating her support for the cause. So yeah, good on her, I say.
I just think, thank Christ it wasn't a sign saying, if I get 100,000 likes, my dad says I can get out of Russia. Jesus Christ.
Oh dear.
Gorgeous photo though.
Gorgeous.
Love
I'm a
it.
huge Tilda Swinton fan. I think she's so talented and a brave woman as well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some people might think being a celebrity, she would be able to, you know, use that to get out of any potential arrests. But it's still a very bold move for her to do. So it's fantastic that she's using her platform to sort of support the cause, I think, which is great.
Well, I haven't actually seen the photo, but from everything that I've heard about it, it sounds absolutely magical. The fact that she is out there supporting our cause and just saying, you know what, let us live.
Yep.
So good on her, I say.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
But on to other news. Aussie comedian Josh Thomas tweeted to the opposition leader's Twitter account saying, "Stop the boats. I would prefer it if you stopped your mama from coming round to my place at night for sex. Hashtag political." So many of the Twitter users quickly accused him of cheap laughs, but he later retweeted saying, a joke isn't funny is like saying that because you... This quote has really confused me.
It is
It
very,
really,
very
it is really...
confusing.
So,
He says,
so please
I was
do.
going to
No,
say,
please take
he
it.
says, saying that a joke isn't funny is like saying that because you don't like olives, olives aren't delicious. Like, does that make more, like,
That makes more sense because
Yeah.
I love olives.
it's like, well, just because you
many.
don't like olives doesn't mean that they're, or just because I don't like olives doesn't mean they're not delicious, but you like olives. So
And
like,
I also love a good yo mama joke.
Yeah.
Like I might be a little crude myself, and I think there is nothing funnier than going after someone's mother. I'm sorry if that offends, but it's
I'm
just
completely
hilarious.
the opposite. I think that they are absolutely crass. But his follow-up statement, which was great, he said, I was simply trying to raise the level of political debate that has been occurring for the last 3 years,
Well,
which was
stop
a
the
perfect
boats.
statement there.
Stop the boats is pretty offensive anyway.
Yes.
Frankly.
Now, that's all we have time for in that segment, but as per usual, if you would like to submit any of your local or international news stories, whatever you like, please make sure you jump on the internet, go onto Twitter or our Facebook, which is QTV Brisbane, and send them to us, or you can email us at qtv@31.com.au. Now we'll be back for our interview with the amazing Rachael Jacobs in segment 2, right after this short break. Welcome back to QTV. Now it's time for our interview with the amazing and vivacious Rachael Jacobs. Yes, Teeny, she gets to be vivacious as well.
Well, she's surely not voluptuous, I'll tell you that much. Not even close to.
Either way, you're all gorgeous. I've
keep
got a
trying.
bunch of gorgeous women in the room again. Ladies everywhere. Now, Rachael, you're going to tell us all about the things that you do, particularly obviously with the GLBTIQ community, because that's what's most important to all of us around here. So we'll start off with the group that you work with, is Free Gay and Happy.
Yeah.
So how long have you been a part of that, and what is that, and what do you do?
So it's been about 7 years now, and I got involved in Free Gay and Happy through some friends of mine who lived in Brisbane, and I actually got involved through dance. They asked me to choreograph their Mardi Gras float, which they do every year, and that is one of the great privileges of being involved in the queer community and being a dancer as well, is that I get to choreograph this wonderful float at Mardi Gras every year. It's a group of people. One criteria, you have to want a good time to be in it, but it is also a fantastic support group to know that you are never alone, that you always have a family, away from family or with family or whatever. They're there to support you. So that is a really wonderful group.
Oh, beautiful.
That's beautiful. And so do they meet regularly whereabouts?
There's a group based in Sydney, a group based in Brisbane, and often organised around events like Sleazeball in Sydney or around Mardi Gras. There is a book group that's started, so there's a number of social ways to get involved and things like that. But it is a really nice side to being part of the queer community, to be in a support group as well as the activism. I've been a queer activist for more than 15 years now. Very proud to be able to contribute to queer rights and the pursuit of that.
And taking your activism into your political side, I guess a lot of people are interested on your views on marriage equality.
Yes.
Especially given that there is an election at some stage coming up.
Election coming up this year, and marriage equality is going to be one of the centrepieces. I absolutely, unequivocally support marriage equality. Yay. Goes without saying. Thank you.
We like you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I figured that was an obvious answer.
It's an obvious
your
answer.
Association.
Well,
with all the groups.
I'm a Green, and we don't run homophobes as candidates for the election. So I'm bold enough to say that the Greens are the #1 party for the GBLTIQ community. We don't need a conscience vote because all our parliamentarians have a conscience. So the Greens was a natural choice for a political party for me because they have the same values that I have, which includes equality for queer Australians.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Now, I'm not one for following politics. I know that sounds surprising. I look like a scholar. But I do want to know, who is Rachael? Like, who are you away from the spotlight, away from the cameras?
Who is Rachael? That's a great question.
Strip it all back.
Strip it all back. So I started my working career as a high school teacher because I believe that education can change people's lives. So I was a high school teacher for about 8 years, and now I work in the university sector. And I believe that people are inspired by other people, and that's one of the best ways to create change is to work in communities with people. So that's something that I hold very dear. I'm very proud to be a member of Multicultural Australia as well. I'm proud of my Indian heritage. I'm proud to be an Australian as well. So all of that goes towards making up who I am. I believe that Australians, deserve to be happy and prosperous, but that prosperity shouldn't come at the cost of the environment. And so once again, the Greens were a natural choice for me as a political party. So I believe in social justice, fair go for everyone, equality for Australians, and also ecological sustainability.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I've got a quick, sorry, Michael. I was going to say, I've got a quick political question. I guess a lot of people, and it's something that my partner and I have discussed, a lot of people going into a major election often think, well, it's going to be one of the two. It's going to be Labor or it's going to be Liberal. But, she and I are quite strong sort of Green voters. So it's like, well, we've got to put it to the Green because at least, I try to understand it all. It gets more possibility of seats. So your seat that you're in is quite a close run seat, I understand.
Yes,
so,
it is,
to people that think, well, there's never any hope for Greens to get in, I have to pick from the two majors, what sort of
It won't surprise you. We get that a lot.
Yep.
A lot of people say to us, I really like the Greens, but it's a wasted vote. So one of our big jobs is convincing people that it's not a wasted vote. So my seat of Brisbane is one of the greenest seats in the country. Our slogan is, if 1 in 10 people change their vote to the Greens, we will win Brisbane. It is one of our best chances. So it is wide open. Now that Kevin's back in charge, Labor have had a bit of a bump in the polls, so it is a three-way race in my seat. So I'm asking people, choose the candidate that most aligns with your values. Don't worry about who's going to win, because the candidate that most aligns with your values, again, politics is about people and bringing people along with you. So for me, that's part of my challenge, is to convince them that we do have a very real chance of winning. The seat of Brisbane is one of our best chances of winning, which is very, very excited. And people are just so happy to hear the Greens message. Labor and Liberal fighting each other, and we're out there fighting for people. So that's resonated really strongly, and people are starting to get the message that this is not a wasted vote. This is actually a really valuable vote to vote Green.
Yeah, awesome.
Very, very interesting, and you're in a very, very interesting seat as well. So I tell people to go and have a look up the Teresa Gambaro issue with marriage equality that's come up recently. So have a look online, but we're going to move on for you because we've got a very important segment to get through for you, and that's the QTV Quick Six.
Do you know?
More important than any election.
I have studied for the Quick Six. I've been on
Studied
Twitter
for it.
and I've been on Facebook, and I've had rapid fire questions. I've been trying to study.
I love it. I love it. I had my really good one first to go, and I've completely forgotten what it was.
Okay.
It was perfect. It was really, really good.
Do the politician thing and win it.
I know. So I'm going to give you a different one now. So I'm going to go straight in. What was the last movie you saw at the theatres?
Oh, I wish I could say The Great Gatsby because I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to say Despicable Me.
That was the last one I saw. And also, what's your favourite trashy reality TV show that you love?
No question, Geordie Shore.
Oh,
Geordie Shore, way
You got my vote.
Okay, on to the next one.
This will be a hard one to pick given your dance history. Bolly or funk?
Oh, you've done your homework. I love it. You know what? I started life as a hip hop dancer, and that's where my heart is. So I'm going to say funk.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go a food one. Pizza or burrito?
Pizza. Yep.
Stilettos or flats?
Well, you can't see them on camera here, but
I can see them. I've eyed them off.
But look, I've always had dreams of being a little bit taller, so stilettos all the way.
Okay, then. And who's your favourite drag queen?
Oh, okay. You're really going to ask me to choose?
Oh yeah, I am.
Look, also a good friend of mine. Present company excluded, can I say? It goes without saying. Barbara Windsor-Wu is just one of my favourites, close to my heart, and has me rolling in the aisles every time.
All right, that'll do. Moving on.
Beautiful. Martini's going to nurse those wounds now as we move on to
Lost a
our
vote.
third segment after this very, very short break. And make sure you jump on Twitter, Facebook, wherever it is, and find Rachael for Brisbane is her Facebook page. All the other information we'll have on our Facebook page. We'll be right back after this very short break with more QTV. That was great. Back to QTV. Time for our final segment of the night where we catch up on the goings-on around Brisbane with everyone. Now, kicking straight into it, it's just tying off our last interview a little bit. Now, Kate, you were down at the Tenerife Festival on the weekend, and who did you run into?
Well, we almost did. I was performing there Saturday, and as we went to mingle down amongst the crowd, we heard that Kevin Rudd was there. So we had tried to catch him to sing a song and see if he might want to come in and join us on the couch. Then I found out that Rachel was there and was chasing after us the whole time as well. So she wasn't after Kevin, she was just after the Betties.
But Rachel, you're not after Kevin. You had an interesting, I suppose, wanted to hear your thoughts on Kevin Rudd and his attack on the marriage equality football as it is at the moment.
Yeah, well, Kevin Rudd, now our Prime Minister, is in support of marriage equality, which is really fantastic. The problem is that he and his party need to back it up. So one of the problems is there's a number of people who are leaving the Parliament at the moment who are quite high-profile marriage equality supporters, like Chris Evans, being replaced by people who are not in support of marriage equality. Rob Oakeshot's also on his way out. He'll be replaced by a national member who is not in support of marriage equality. So, and that combined with the possibility of a Tony Abbott government, I'm afraid it is looking like a bit of dark days ahead. But
And to top the icing on the cake, I thought of that was I found out the other day that our new federal health minister is she's anti-marriage equality and anti-abortion, and an all-round lovely, charming lady who says not nice things, and I don't particularly like her very much.
Let's just remind ourselves that she's now looking after mental health.
Yes.
So this sort of spells some trouble for us. So look,
Definitely.
you know, the Greens are really, if you want marriage equality, the Greens are your best bet. Yeah.
Very nice. Look how many plugs we gave you to say that.
Oh, exactly. Look, I'm a politician. I'll slip it in there.
So
anytime.
don't vote for legalised marijuana. Vote for the Greens. Oh, that's almost hand in hand.
I love your political take on life.
Well, you know, I am all about politics.
I think it is definitely the time, though, to start making a serious vote. And, like, you know, if you think that, you know, it's never going to change, well, actually take value in the one opportunity you have to actually make a vote and not just waste it on.
Here's a plug, not for the Greens, but to enrol to vote. So in my seat of Brisbane, there's 13,000 people who are not enrolled to vote. We only need 6,000 to win, so we're actually doing a big enrol to vote campaign. And really, you've got to have your say, or shut up for the next 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm a big thing on that. I'm not one to tell anyone who to vote for. I might tell you who not to. But it's all about actually just get in and have your voice heard even, and don't just sit at home and be like, oh, I hate them all, I don't vote. Well, you're not doing anybody any good.
Exactly. Have your say.
Yeah, and if you want to vote for the Libs because you believe in them, then do it. Have your voice heard. Labor, Greens, whoever you like, get out there and do it.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Fantastic.
Now, speaking of getting real and having our voices heard, I got to have my voice heard on the weekend.
Oh, yes.
Several different ways.
Yes.
I
of a
had a few things
celebration.
that I caught up on. Yes. Number one, it was my birthday.
Yay!
Happy
Don't look a
birthday.
day over 65.
Thank you.
The cameras are doing wonderful on your top.
Yes. So, a lovely lunch at Sissel with the family and everything, but it kind of like all led up to the birthday. It was a great birthday weekend. Our talk last week, we had Mr. Pride coming up. That happened on the Friday. It happened all up in the place. It was wonderful. We had 4 contestants. It was great. We had Chad St. James got up there, which I did not expect. He put on a little bit of a performance for us.
Nice.
Came down to the get down in your undies spot, and Chad got down to his pants, and he had written on his chest, it was, I am not my body. And he refused to go
Oh,
any
nice
further.
statement.
Nice touch, Chad.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, Chad always making a statement. So it was a good competition though. We had our winner and our runner-up took away the finalist positions to go to Fair Day, and that was Maddie, who's a gorgeous dancer, and Clinton, who is a gorgeous boy. He refers to himself as a cub, part of the cub community.
Oh, nice.
So it was beautiful. So it was that, and it finally happened, the day we've all been waiting for, the day of great
Drum
hilarity. I got out on the football game the football field for the Hustlers.
Yay!
And we won.
Yay!
It was brilliant. And we won against Beenleigh.
Yay!
It was 69-14 or something.
Oh,
So it was great. It was
there you go.
in the final 15 minutes where we knew we couldn't lose. They sent me out there. It was beautiful. We should have some photos to show you as well.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
out there. One of the guys said, right, I'm going to throw you the ball, run. So he threw it to me. I ran. 3 guys picked me up and dropped me on my back.
Oh.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful moment.
Before we hit the end of the
Loved
show,
it.
have you got anything
What else happened? What else
coming
is
up?
going on?
Ms. Martini, what's happening in your world?
I'm appearing at the Sportsman's Hotel in Foxy Moran
We
show.
should have a yay for that.
Yay! So something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue is our show. And also on Saturday night, I'm going to be at the Live, Laugh, Love fundraiser, which is actually for cancer survivors and their families. So I'm going to be there with Come and Take It. And also Shanae from Big Brother is going to be there singing a few songs. We love Shanae. She's adorable. She's practically Bette Midler. She is fabulous. So so I'm going to be there. So details are going to be up to my Facebook, my Facebook page, and hope to see everyone there.
Kate and Rachel, do you guys have anything coming up?
Well, this Saturday night is Ms. Pride at Scarlet. So for the second year there, after a champion lady as well. So might pop along to that. Still recovering from last weekend at the Tenerife Street Festival. And
Kate, tell me about your muffins.
Well, funny you should ask about my muffins.
Your muffin's right here.
I was going to do some baking tonight in lieu of an event coming up next weekend. Go on,
These have
Tini.
been staring me in the face. Well, it's because of my blood sugar, Doctor.
Tini can just have a rest there while I tell you all about the Big Bundy Bake Off. Now, I was going to bake, then I was going to get something else, but this is what we got tonight. It's it's in support of Queensland Positive People. And also an drug and alcohol services group. So 26 up in Bundaberg. You can enter. Your entry donation goes to charity. Are they delicious? Cakes, preserved pizzas. That's the Big Bundy Bake Off.
Anything for baking is a wonderful cause.
And if you can't bake, you can enter a craft item as well. So I thought that was
Stuff the
fabulous.
craft. Get baking.
Get baking. It's a great family day. So showing that members of our queer Queensland society can, put on fantastic family events that anyone can attend. So I think that'll be a great one on July 26th.
Excellent. And Rachel,
How
the
about
last
you,
place
Rachel?
we saw you was Queen's Ball. Where are you getting out and about on the town at the moment?
Out and about in the town. Well, there's always something on. Scarlett's on the weekend, which is really exciting. But just a little shout out. It's not a queer issue, but this is NAIDOC Week. This is the National Week of Celebration for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, celebrating the tremendous contribution they make to our society. So happy NAIDOC Week, everyone.
Yay!
Yeah.
Happy NAIDOC
Celebrate
Week.
with baked goods.
Baked goods.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us this week.
Thank
It's
you
been
so much.
amazing having you.
Such a
I
pleasure.
always love seeing you and talking to you.
It's always good to
everywhere.
catch up.
Keep you.
Always.
And you over there with the muffin.
How do you like my muffin?
I love muffin.
Good, yeah.
Muffin.
Muff-tastic.
Thank you for helping fill the absence of Matthew's seat for this week.
You're very
and of
welcome.
course, Kate, my gorgeous co-host.
Yes. Oh,
Thank you.
lovely being here.
We'll see you all next week. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Rachel.
I'm Michael James.
I'm Kate Mackie.
I'm Martini Ice.
Have a great night.
To the absolute peak of human perfection.